4.6 Negative and zero exponents. The objective of this lesson is to work with negative and zero exponents. And the vocabulary words you need to know are power, exponent, and base. So to do a little bit of review, power is simply a to the m. Exponent is the superscript right here, the little m, okay? And base is this a here, alright? And the m will tell us the number of times a will be multiplied. Okay, let's look at the following pattern. As the exponents are decreased by 1, as you can see, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, and -2. The powers are halved. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's take a look. 2 to the third power equals 8. Okay, 2 to the squared equals 4. What happened between 8 and 4? Divide by 2. It is halved. Let's look at the next pair. 2 to the squared and 2 to the 1 equals to 4 and equals to 2. The same thing happened. The powers were halved. And if we continue this pattern, we'll notice that 2 to the 0 equals to 1. Therefore, we can conclude that 2 to the 0 equal to 1. Or any number greater than 0, a to the 0 power equal to 1. Okay? And if we continue the pattern, divide by 2, 2 to the -1 would equal to 1/2. And if we keep going, 2 to the -2 would equal to 1/4. Therefore, we can conclude any number a that's not equal to 0 to the -n power give me a to the n power. Okay? So you need to remember this. We can also say a to the a to the nth power equals to 1 over a to the -n power. Okay? So what happened? If you have a negative exponent and you move it to the bottom, it becomes a positive exponent. If you begin with a positive exponent and you move it to the bottom in the denominator, it becomes a negative exponent. Okay? So, in conclusion, the powers, or I would like to say the exponent, let's use exponent, it's a better word. The exponent changes signs. Okay? So here I typed the algebraic form out for you. Alright? And you will have to memorize these. Alright, and n can be any positive integer. A cannot be 0. This is very important for this lesson. So let's do some guided practice problems. Oh, I'm sorry about this. Write the expression using only positive exponents. So, okay, let's do the first one. 1,837,495 to the 0 power equal to 1. Alright, we have a 3 as the coefficient. And another variable with a negative power. Now, I don't want that. So, I need to use this property here. I'm going to keep the 3 here, alright? There's nothing I can do with it. Alright, I'm going to move the negative 2 to the bottom so it can become positive. And then I can multiply 3 and 1 over y to the second power. Alright? And once you get used to doing this, you don't need to show this step anymore. Okay? And apologize about this again. Okay. Let's take a look at the next problem. 28 and 4 to the negative 1 power. Okay. So I'm going to first take care of my numbers. 28 times 1 over 4. Okay. Times, I'm going to deal with my variables. I got to move a to the negative 7 to the bottom so I can make the negative 7 a positive 7. And I'm going to keep b to the 3rd power in the numerator. Okay, now I'm going to multiply everything together. As you can see, I am showing a lot of steps. Alright, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to first simplify this to get 7. Okay, 7 times 1 times 1 times b to the 3rd power gives me 7b to the 3rd power. And in my numerator, I have 1 times a to the 7th power. And that's it. That's my answer. Okay, part B, we are to write the expression without using a fraction bar. Therefore, our answer will have negative exponents. So, as you can see here, for y, we don't have to do anything to the numerator. We need to take care of the denominator, okay, because we need to get rid of the fraction bar. This is the fraction bar, okay? So, if we bring x to the 3rd power to the top, the power becomes negative. And we have our answer right here. And here we do the same thing. Don't do anything to the numerator. Okay? And we bring b to the 6th power to the top. So that will become b to the negative 6th power. That's it. Alright, now here comes the more complicated problems. Find a product or quotient. Write your answer only using only positive exponents. Okay? Okay, my strategy is always to first multiply or simplify the coefficients. So I'm going to multiply my coefficients. Now I have a to the negative 2 power and a to the 10th power. Alright, I am going to move a squared to the bottom, since that's what we're learning in this lesson. And then a to the 10th power. Okay, now we have to take 2 and 10, and we need to do some subtraction here. That's your answer. Now there's a quicker way. I can just simply do this. Negative 45, a negative 2 plus 10. And that would be negative 45 a to the 8th power, and then we get the same answer. Okay? Now let's move on to the next problem. $25 and 25 gives me $6.25. Now, let's look at a -2 power and a. And I can do a to the -2 power plus 1. Okay? And then I can do m to the -3 power plus -1. Okay? And then I would get 625 a to the -1 power multiplied by m to the -4 power. Now I have negative powers. I need to make them positive, so I need to move it to the bottom. A to the m4th power. And this is your answer. Okay, and let's do the next problem. Now we have 5. Alright. And we got J and a K. So I'm going to move the -2 to the top, so I can get a positive power of 2. And K to the 3rd power, let's leave that in the top. And let's move the -9 up. Oh, I'm sorry. So it becomes a positive 9. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 9 is 12. Okay, by the product property. 5 times j to the 3rd power times k to the 12th power will be your answer. Okay, let's do the last one. Okay. Let's simplify 121 and 11. Okay, get 11 in the numerator. And I'm going to move -5 to the bottom because I can end up with a bigger power. Alright, and I'm going to move b to the -6 power to the top. So I get a positive 6 power. And let's keep this one. And let's use our product property. 6 plus -2 is positive 4. 5 plus -2 is positive 3. Okay. And that's it. And that completes our lesson for 4.6.